Hello and welcome to Lockdown Economy Nepal, a local edition of a social non-profit initiative to help small businesses and self-employed professionals overcome the challenges of the pandemic. In Nepal, it is being done in collaboration with NYEF Kathmandu Chapter, a membership-based non-profit organization dedicated to create outstanding entrepreneurs, and AlterContacts, a global think tank for sustainable development based in Amsterdam. My name is Susan Lal Manandar, host of the interview series, and I'd like to welcome everyone who joined us for this session. Today is the final Lockdown Economy Nepal interview in collaboration with NYF Kathmandu chapter, and my guest is Prarthana Saakha, the Director of Helmets Nepal. Hello, Prarthana. How are you?
Hi, Susan. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, and welcome to the interview series. To the viewers who don't know Lockdown Economy Nepal, Prarthana Saakha has been helping me out with the interviews since day one. We've been working together on this interview series, and she's been present in every single interview behind the scenes. But today, she's in front of the camera. How do you feel, Prarthana?
I feel really good. Like finally, we are sitting in this position and taking interviews like this. I'm really looking forward to this.
I'm really looking forward to hear your insights. And today we're going to talk about what your organization went through during the lockdown. But before that, Prarthana, please introduce us to Helmets Nepal.
So Helmets Nepal is, to tell in one line, it is a one-stop solution for all riding needs for two-wheelers. We started back in 2016 as an emergency delivery company. So we were trying to capitalize on the market gap where people were losing their helmet in the parking lot, and we were just there for the emergency service. So on entering the market, we realized that the actual problem was not about emergency delivery, but about the product being genuine. So we decided to bring in genuine products and sell it so that customers would who entirely depend on their helmet when they are on the road would get a proper product, and that would actually guarantee safety. So we now sell helmets, jackets, tires, gloves, and everything that a two-wheeler rider needs. And we have two showrooms, one in Maitigar and one in Tiku. And we deliver all over Nepal from our online portal, that is www.helmetsnepal.com. And we have Facebook page and Instagram page for it.
Wonderful. So now let's talk about your team. How big is your organization?
If it was for not for the lockdown, we would have been 25, but after lockdown, we are back to 10.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction of your organization. But now let's move on to the lockdown. And we're going to talk about what your organization went through during the lockdown period. We went through two lockdowns in Nepal. And, there was a lot of restrictions. People are not allowed to travel from one place to another. What kind of problems did you face in your organization during that period?
So yeah, we had very strict lockdowns, both of them. But then I remember first lockdown more than the second one, because during the second lockdown we were trying to operate. We were trying to find ways where we can go and deliver products. But first lockdown was like a productive time for us, because during the first lockdown we were definitely nervous about how we will be doing things, because our schedules were all altered. It was all a mess. We had rents to pay, we had salaries to give, and we have payments to be made. So it was a mess for us. But then we also had a time to step back from the operations and think of a company as an outsider, and what is being done and what can be done better. So it was a good time to reflect. So our operations was completely shut down, and we were trying to work from home. Like only the marketing team we're working like daily, and the rest of the team we were having like weekly meetings and sometimes bi-weekly. As for the first lockdown, first of all, what we did was we tried to come up with some fun things to do at home for our team members, because our team is made like our team has more younger people than the older ones. So
Yeah.
they are so much motivated to be around that space, that even during their off days they come to the showroom and they interact with customers, and they love being in the showroom. So when they had to stay back home, it was very troublesome for them. It was very disturbing for them. So First we did this photography challenge for our entire team, where we for 14 days we were given a theme. Even I was given a theme. It was done by our HR department. So we were taking photos and we were posting it and voting for the best picture of the day. And next thing that we did was, we also did this meditation and yoga thing in the morning. It went for like 3 to 4 days straight, and then no one showed up. So yeah, that is what happened. And then there was this game that we came up with, which was like a mix of creativity and strategy. We were like making a list of we were asking our team members to be creative on making ads and representing Helmets Nepal, identifying probable collaborators. So we were like getting ready to go out in the market and perform better than what we used to do. So this is how we spent our first lockdown. And second lockdown was more of like trying to go out, because government will prioritize our industry as the last one that should operate. The first priority was given to this health industry, and then to food, and clothing and automobile accessories were not even in the list. So we had to struggle. So second lockdown was all about it.
Definitely, and it was a very difficult time for a lot of organizations. Like you said, there were tires given to different industries about how they could operate during the lockdown, and even if they could not operate at all, right? But now let's talk about the strategies some more. You've already talked about what you did inside the organization, but what kind of strategy did you try to stimulate the business itself?
As I just mentioned, it was like a semi-vacation for us. The rest of the team was just having, we were playing these games, and our marketing team was very active though. They were posting, games, and they were playing with the customers. They were making sure that our audience in Facebook and Instagram were still with us. And we understood that it's not just us who were bored, but even our customers. So we designed special games for them. Every team member logged into our Instagram account and was playing individually with every team, every customers. So that was what we did. And we were also taking orders, and we were trying to deliver essentials like mask and goggles. So yeah, that was what we were doing.
Were there any strategies that you tried that did not work for you during the lockdown period?
During the lockdown period, yeah, we definitely tried to, sneak out and deliver masks and goggles, which we almost got caught, but I don't know if this answers your question. But then what we did after the lockdown that did not work was, during the lockdown, we were receiving orders for masks and for goggles, and that was for wholesale. And we were getting requests from hospitals and individual person for like a bulk order. And what we thought was, maybe we should invest in this, because right after lockdown, corona will still be there. So these things are like these could be the top selling things. So we ordered a huge amount of goggles and masks. But then unfortunately, our goggles did not meet the standard. So we had to pile them up, and it's still there going like one by one. And so that's like a cash freezer for us.
All right. So now let's talk about the stakeholders of the organization. I know that there's a dedicated communications team in your organization. What kind of interactions did you have with your clients when you were in lockdown?
So when we went through lockdown, initially there were not much customer asking about the price or placing orders, but then there were few. So mostly our communication with customer would be by playing games. So every team member were given access to our social media account, and they were playing games with the customer individually. So we were like more focused on brand presence, and we wanted to make sure that our customers remember us in every step, because we were bored, and because it's not just us who are bored, but we understand that our customers are bored as well. Our audience in Facebook and Instagram were bored as well, and they would love to learn more about the safety gears that we were selling, and also to interact with us. So we were playing games mostly, and giving them engaging fun content more than pushing the product.
All right. And now let's talk about your competitors. Earlier on, you mentioned, your industry was placed in the lower tier when it comes to operation, right? Uh, how did the overall industry approach the lockdown then?
So, being very specific to automobile after sales, so mostly in my industry, they have their shop and their Facebook shop. So these two are what they take forward, and they were very active in Facebook. But I could see that difference because we, in one hand, were promoting our brand and we're trying to engage with our customers, while they were pushing products. They were coming up with different products, and they were sponsoring ads, and it was all around products, while we were trying to connect with the customer in individual level. So that was the difference that I saw. And overall the market has definitely increased, like after lockdown, or let's say during this corona period, because people, they usually don't feel comfortable in public vehicle, like not anymore. So the quickest alternative, the cheapest alternative would be two-wheeler. So people are buying, the entire market for two-wheeler is going up, and thankfully, our sales are going up as well.
As you said there before, people still do not want to come in contact with other people. We're still in the pandemic, right? Vaccines have entered the country, but we still don't know how effective it's going to be and how well it's going to be distributed. So the era of social distancing is still there, and that's why people are choosing two-wheelers over, public vehicles. And we're also in the post-lockdown period now. Well, how is your organization performing in this situation?
Post lockdown, we are doing good, I suppose. We had to cut down on our team members. Like we are now 10 team members working, and the entire industry has grown. So we are also doing well, and post lockdown, it has been good for us. And then also we came up with this new venture, new sister company, let's say. It's Tyres Nepal. So thanks to the first lockdown, because it gave us the time to reflect and realize that in Helmets Nepal, people don't usually come for tires. So very dedicated site for tires, and that also is can be useful for four-wheelers. So post lockdown, it was really nice for the company.
Perfect. And I think I've heard a lot of entrepreneurs talk about this. Instead of looking at the negatives during the lockdown, a lot of, I think, entrepreneurs have used it as a positive to take a step back and analyze their organization and see what they're missing and add that to their organization during that period. And I'm happy that you brought that point as well. Now let's talk about the future of Helmets Nepal. Where would you see Helmets Nepal in the next 3 months?
In the next 3 months, we will be like doing the same as we are doing right now. So we have started being more customer centric, and also in 3 months, so we will be taking Tyres Nepal alongside, and we'll be promoting both the companies side by side.
Perfect. So, Prarthana, this has been a wonderful conversation. I only have one more question left for you. What are the 3 things in your business that you need help with?
So that's a good question. First thing that I need help with would be injecting more money into the company. So getting more funds would definitely help the company grow faster. The second one could be support from general public for businesses, for small or medium scale businesses, what they can do is if they are providing rent for any small or medium sized enterprise, maybe they can cut down on such rents. If they are giving any other value addition things to such businesses, maybe they can just cut down on their cost. So yeah, I think just two of them. I could just think of two of them right now.
All right, perfect. So thank you, Prarthana, for this insightful conversation. I had a wonderful time. I heard that you had a lot of fun as well. Before we sign off, would you like to say anything to our audience?
So yeah, I'd like to. I don't have really. I don't really have final remarks. Just wanted to tell that, lockdown was definitely a chaotic period for everyone. So we had a choice to either sit there and complain or, find opportunities in the chaos. I think the second one, if you choose the second one, then that would benefit not just you, but your company, the society, your community, and the whole nation. So I think you should focus more on the opportunity side than just sitting there and complaining about the chaos. That's all. Thank you, Suzanne.
Thank you, Prarthana, for that wonderful message, and thank you for this interview as well. And thank you to everyone who joined us for this session. If you have any questions for Prarthana, you can find her contact in the description, or you can leave a comment in this video. I invite you to like this video, share with your friends, and follow our page, the NYF Kathmandu Chapter Facebook page. A recording of this video will be present in the AlterContacts YouTube channel, so please subscribe to our channel. There are playlists of videos on entrepreneurs and small business owners from different parts of the world that share their insights. This has been a wonderful time hosting these interviews. Thank you to every viewer who watched us, and thank you to everyone who is checking out the AlterContacts playlist as well. Support us there, and goodbye.